So I ended up basically breaking every single day trading rule that I have on this one trade here. I got greedy and I wanted a big payday. And you know what happens when you want a big payday? You end up losing big. Luckily for me, I didn't go huge on this trade. I only went in with the 262 shares. I tried to get filled 300 shares. Didn't work out. Trying to get filled here on HTZ on the last earnings report. So the idea was basically I was going to short it right here at close. I got in there at 14.31, and that was the plan. So you can see here the trade. I got in here 262 shares there at 14.31. Not a big risk, but still, I broke a lot of rules, and I'm going to talk to you guys about what rules I broke and why I should have followed my rules and stuck to my guns here and ended up in the green, but instead I broke the rules and ended up in the red. I got greedy, and it did not work out for me. So the first rule that I broke with this trade alone, this is like probably the worst rule that I broke, is I never trade ERs. It's a total gamble. You never really know what's going to happen with the stock. Even with the stock that it's like, man, this stock has such bad news. It's going to crash. They're going to have a bad ER, and this is what happens. You see in this trade alone, it proves that nobody has any clue what's going to happen with the stock, and I broke the #1 rule of never trading an ER because this is what happens. Every time I trade an ER, I always get screwed, and I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I did on this. It's been a long, long time since I traded an ER, but I thought for some reason, I watched the news, I read the news, I was like, oh, HTZ is going to get killed. CAR got killed the day before. Why wouldn't HTZ get killed, right? So it makes sense. I wasn't trading the chart. I was just trading off the news. I got emotional. I was following the news, and I was thinking this stock is going to go down big. If this drops down to $8, I'm going to make, I'm going to make $2,000 or $3,000 here in a matter of minutes. The risk reward is there. So I went in on it. It was only 260 shares. I had a good day already. I made $500, so if I lost 250, it wasn't a big deal, but it was a gamble, and that's what I hate to do. I don't like to gamble, and I ended up gambling on this trade, and you can see how it worked out for me. It did not work out, actually. So we got a little bit of a jump up here to the 1450 area, and then we got that crash. We crashed down pretty quickly, back down to that 1380, 1430 on the ask there. Couldn't cover. I was thinking like, okay, this is looking pretty good. If we get this drop, I want to get a drop down to that $13 area. That would be beautiful. And ended up getting that drop. It ended up crashing down here to 1340 there. And then I was like, oh, this is beautiful. This is going to crash for sure. And look at this move. It drops down to $13. I'm up $159 right now. It drops a little bit lower. There it is, down to that $13.12. I'm up $243, which is basically $1 a share. And I could have taken profit right here. I could have gotten out for a win. I could have got out for $248 in profit, but I was too greedy. Normally, any other day, if I got this kind of move, I'd have got $1 share. I would have taken profit there. I should have taken profit there. Why wouldn't I have taken profit? And it was the greed. Greed kicked in on me, and I was too greedy. I was thinking, this is going to go lower. This is going to go $12, $11. I'm going to make so much money here. And it ended up, what happens here is it starts to squeeze higher. Well, then I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to cover if this gets back above that 1380 area. Well, boom. From 1370, it jumped up to 1437. And right there, I was already in the red. And I was thinking, well, I don't want to cover for a loss. This is going to drop. This is going to drop. Give it some time. And then it starts to squeeze higher. Gets up to $14 on the bid. Gets up $14.34 still on the ask. So I'm thinking we're pretty good. As long as we keep that ask there, we're going to get a nice drop. I was greedy, and I was thinking we're going to get a big drop. This is something just going on here. And you can see from 1428, we get a big jump. It jumps up. You can see the spread sometimes here. I could have just covered, could have broken even on this. Could have made $289, but instead I broke all the rules. I was greedy. I tried to force this trade. I shouldn't have taken this trade. I shouldn't have gambled. This was a total gamble, and you can see how it works out. Really, 1450 should have been my last stop. I should have been strict. I should have seen 1450 and gotten out there, but I couldn't. So it jumped up to 1495 there. So then I'm down $165, and I'm like, oh, shit. I'm down $154. What am I going to do? Am I going to trade this? Am I going to just drop it right now, crash out, or maybe it's going to come back down? I'm going to give it a second, and you can see I was prepared to cover, and it starts squeezing higher, and I really just, the emotion kicked in, and I didn't want to cover because I didn't want to take a loss because I really thought mentally, this stock had bad news. It actually missed. The earnings had missed. It had bad earnings, but still, it got up there to 1520 and ended up covering for a $200 loss there on that trade. So really, just not working out, really just breaking all the rules, breaking all of my personal rules, and trying to force this trade here on HTZ, and it just didn't work out. And you can see it goes higher. It went up to like $15.50 at one point, and then came back down, and then now today it's like $18. So really the moral of the story here is don't break the rules. Follow the rules that you have set. Every person should have their own personal rules, what things they have problems with, what things they always stay away from. Me trading an ER should have been a clear clear rule to not break, and I broke it. And that's where I went wrong. I broke my ER rule. I broke take profit rule. I broke the greed rule. I broke my cut my loss fast rule. So, I basically broke all 5 rules that I have for day trading in this one trade. And you can see how it cost me. Imagine if I had 1,000 shares. I probably would have taken profit there with a $1 move because I've been up $1,000. But I had a smaller size, so I really gave it a little bit more time. I was greedy with it, and I ended up having to cover there for a loss. So I'm just trying to explain to you guys, give you guys an idea of what happens when you break the rules, when you let emotions get into your trades, when you trade emotionally, when you try to force trades, when you don't just trade the chart, when you're trying to trade the news. So mentally in my head, I'm thinking HTZ has bad earnings, it's going to crash, and I try to force the trade. So hopefully this gives you guys an idea. It's not always winners for me. I do have losers. This one here on HTZ, not a big deal, only losing $220 there on that trade because I had a small size and I had risk management there. I wasn't going with a large size because I wasn't 100% sure, and I knew that it was a gamble, but overall, still losing out on that trade where I should have taken profit when I was up $1 a share, because that was beautiful. I was up $1 a share. I could have covered there, could have gotten out for $250 profit.